encuentro en Agoura Hills, en California, Come Closer, con Eric Johnson, ok, él es de Austin, Texas, y viene a tocar en el Canyon Club. Hace poco hice el comentario review de Close Up, él nos va a contar un poquito de su disco. Eric, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me on your show.
Thank you for everything, your music, being here, talk to your fans.
Hey, good to meet you all. Thanks for checking in on this thing, and look forward to seeing you soon, hopefully.
I got Close Up when somebody finish. I worked with artists before, and sometimes they say once they have everything brought up and edit, released, they say, "Oh, I missed this, I missed that." What have you missed in the last album, in Close Up? Something that
Well, looking back on it, I think what I just want to do is just, in the future, just get a little looser and just kind of let go and let more stuff just happen naturally. And some of that happened on this record, more so than the last couple of records, but I had enough of a taste of it to know that I want to do that more. So I want to get better at that. That's where I want to flex my muscle in that area so that gets stronger. So when I look back, I think, I'll hear this little piece or that little piece. It's more that than it is the songs. I'll hear, that section right there where it sounds like we're just having fun and playing and cutting up and kind of having an emotional thing. So I just want to put more of that in the music, no matter how many songs are on it or what style it is. That's kind of the homework assignment and the vision that I want to pursue. For me.
What about the artwork? I mean, it's funny artwork. I mean, it's not the typical guitar. I mean, if we want to show something related with what are you offering musically, right?
Yeah, I kind of dug the artwork because it looks more like those late 50s, early 60s jazz records. That's what I was kind of going for. And I wanted some artwork that didn't necessarily have the guitar, have me, something that if somebody wanted to, not that they would necessarily, but that it would be something that looked nice in a timeless way that they could put on their wall if they wanted. It didn't have to be like pop art of a guitar with me, going crazy or anything. It could be like a piece of art, kind of,
Okay, yeah. I don't know. I mean, if I don't know about you, and I see the CD, probably I will know what it's.
Well, that's a good point. Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, well, let me tell you.
There's a downside to that too. That's probably true. Yeah.
Next
time I might have a picture of a saxophone on it or something. That'll only throw them even more if I do that, but I don't know.
About the playing with Jimmy Bogan and Steve Miller, how was the experience to how happened to get them to play with you?
It was nice. Well, Steve just happened to be playing in town in Austin when I was recording the record, and he invited Jimmy and I out to play with him. So we spent the night playing on stage with him, and at the end of it, I was in the middle of working on my record, so we just asked him if they'd come over and play on a blues track, and they both said, "Yeah, let's go on over there." So after Steve's show, we just all went over there and cut that tune.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, it's really nice. It's an honor to have other people on, and it adds to the vibe and the style of the music, just to get somebody else's stuff in there, kind of balance it out with other stuff.
Well, I know you were very open because you played with musicians from Cat Stevens or Stephen Miller to John and Five. How is the experience to play with so different musicians, one from another?
I like it. And I like playing on other people's records too, whether they're playing on mine or playing on theirs. And when I'm playing on theirs, it gives me kind of I have a parameter by which I have to do the best I can, but I have certain guidelines to work under because it's about their thing, and that can be challenging sometimes. And I usually learn something from that, and it's because it is a little bit challenging to come up with something musically that helps, but you can't just do anything you want, because it's about supporting them. But I enjoy it. I like all types of music, so I just did it. It's interesting because there's a South American record coming out of it, and I don't know her name, but she did some Bee Gee covers. So I just did this session where I played like some Bee Gee songs
from South America.
Yeah, I can't. I wish I knew the name of the gal, but.
How do you play on it?
I played on it, yeah. Oh. But I mean, it was interesting because I played on this Bee Gee pop tune, and it was like, well, that was cool, that was fun. But I just enjoy playing any music, really. I like all music.
Yeah, like G3. How was the experience to be part of G3?
Yeah, it was exactly like doing the Bee Gee thing. Okay. No, just kidding. No, it was great. Those guys are wonderful players. You know, they're really great. Yeah, it was nice. Yeah, in fact, it's the only time I've ever been to South America was doing the G3.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, in Argentina, in different countries.
Yeah.
That was the experience. I'm gonna ask you, this.
Yeah,
down there.
No, it was great. The people were wonderful. They're just so warm and receptive and appreciative, and it's just kind of endearing. It kind of touched you, It's like, wow, just that kind of nice emotion,
Any story you remember?
That was my favorite part of it, just the warmth of the people. But the scenery was beautiful too. I was really taken back by how beautiful it was. Coming in, like flying into different places and seeing, some of the forest or seeing the mountains and stuff,
Yeah.
It looks pretty pristine, not messed up like other places we won't name other places in the world that have been messed up, like around
like
here.
here.
Yeah, like right here.
We can say here because here.
Yeah.
Well, actually, we have a excellent view.
That's the only
back.
mountain left in all of. No, I'm just kidding.
So, your music is going direction to the blues, or what is the direction you are trying to find in your music?
I want to learn more about different styles so that you can just use them like a bunch of books and create your own story. So I really don't want to just be one idiom. I'm searching to really get the sound where it's just really kind of lifted from a normal guitar sound, and then I want to learn more about chords and playing through changes, and like I like to listen to classical music and then take stuff from that and put it into what I do, And so I'm just, but I love blues, so that's part of it,
You were always, every time that I see a heavy metal magazine, sometimes I see your name on it because you play guitar, maybe.
Yeah.
How do you feel to be being considered, even though you're not playing heavy metal or hard rock music? Let's say hard rock music, okay? How do you feel to be part of this market?
It's fine. I think it's all good. I mean, you find such great musicians in any style, and there's some really great players in heavy metal as well as blues, jazz, everything. So it almost like you get the same spirit going through all the styles if you look behind the style that it is and you just listen to the motive and the intention and the vibe of the player, and it's all kind of the same. It just comes out with different colors, but it's the same, and it's the same spirit,
As a guitar player, if you have to choose between technique or passion, what will you choose? I mean, sometimes there's like two ways to play, with a lot of technique or passion, something in between. What is it?
Why? If you get both of them, I think it's great. I mean, you want to be able to play well if that's part of your thing, which it is mine. But obviously, if you had to choose one or the other, it's much more important to have the passion. I think that sometimes guitar players, myself included, sometimes if you learn enough to where you can pull off things, you get a little bit tempted to just do the technique, and not concentrate or portray enough of the emotion. So you have to kind of monitor that, and make sure that you remember, that's the most important thing,
Great. What about your technique? What is how can you describe your technique from other guitar players?
Well,
in simple words, so anybody can understand.
One of my favorite instrument really is kind of piano. So I take a lot of the ideas of chords and even sound. Sometimes I try to take ideas from that and put them on guitar. So that's I approach guitar kind of more like a piano. That's what I like to do, and I try to pick it more like as if it was a steel guitar, where you pick out instead of pick across,
Okay.
Then that makes the tone a little different.
Great. Besides the music, when you're not touring or composing, what do you do basically every day? What are your hobbies?
Oh, well, my girlfriend and I like to hike and go out to the lake. I love water sports, so I like to do that. I haven't had much chance to do that this summer, though. But I like going out to the water and just traveling, and
So you enjoy actually playing anywhere, because if you're traveling, do you mix everything or you just play, come back and travel besides the...
Well, usually it's the kind of both. Usually I try to plan a little vacation, like we just planned a vacation a month ago at the end of a tour, and then we just took off, rented a car and took off went to the Grand Canyon and stuff.
Anything you collect? Or do you have any hobby? Or
Hobby? No. I probably just
Guitars?
play guitar. Yeah, I have a few guitars, but not that many actually. But yeah.
There's anything else you want to say to... Actually, there's something else that I want to ask. I saw in an article that you built up a studio in your house, right? And
Well,
it took
actually,
like 15 years?
Yeah, it's not in my house. It's a freestanding studio.
Okay,
Yeah.
but 15 years took to build it up?
Yeah, because it's a first-class, world-class studio. It's a floating rooms inside a room, a big, the whole bit. And they're very expensive to build, so I had to, as the money came in, I had to, we built the whole structure in the first year, but then to finish it out, it's very expensive. So.
Because the first thing that I came to my mind was you place a knob one day and then another knob the other day,
No, it was more the construction of the studio.
Yeah.
It started off as a big rehearsal room, and then we finished one little area off as a small little control room. Then we were able to make the lobby, and then we made the real control room. It's just a process because it's a lot of construction and a lot of expense.
How is the present scene in Austin? Because Austin is a big place to play after Los Angeles, Here it's kind of down because the economy. How is it in Austin? I don't know.
Well, it is down a little bit, but for some reason the economy in Texas is not suffering as bad. I don't know why. It's holding its own a little better.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, now we don't say anything to your fans.
I want to say thank you for listening, and I was so happy to be able to come down to South America one time, and I hope that there'll be another time soon.
And Spain too. This is for Spain also. Latin American Spain.
I've never been to Spain, so
you can play with Paco de Lucia maybe next time. Do you know Paco?
Oh, I don't know him, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm good enough to play with him. He's pretty good.
Yeah.
I've seen him play several times. He's wonderful. I'm a big fan of Sabicas. I don't know if you've heard of him. Sabicas, the flamenco player. He's not living anymore, but I saw him play live. But Manitas de Plata. Do you know who that is?
No.
The flamenco player. Oh.
I'm bad about flamenco. I reprove the test.
Have you heard that flamenco band, the Beatles? Have you heard about them? Huh?
The Beatles?
No, just kidding. I knew you had heard of them though.
Yeah.
But no, I just thought I would love to come to Spain. That would be great.
What would be the best G3 for you? If you had to play with two other guitars.
Me? Oh, wow. Well, I'll do it again with Steve and Joe, I guess. We could do that. That was the original one, so.
Yeah. Thank you.
But thank you very much. Thanks for listening.